Welcome back. Honestman, Fallout 4, Survival. I'm outside the CIT ruins. Got Porter with me. It's over there. So let's walk and talk. Let me get into what I'm doing here. First thing I'm doing is checking the status of Augusta Safe House just to the north here. This is a part of the Butcher Bill quest, which is a railroad deal. So just trying to follow through on some of these open railroad threads a little bit. And this episode might be a little bit of a grab bag. We'll see how it pans out. But we're going to do that first. Now, between sessions, I did a couple of things. We had, when we unlocked Mercer Safe House for the railroad, caretaker showed up. He gave us a mission. We did the mission. But then I never turned it in. So between sessions, I finally went back, turned it in, which was actually a pretty good bump. It was like 400 XP or something, just to say, hey, I did this thing. In addition, me and Porter took a trip all the way back up to Skylane's Flight 1981 to talk to Ness, which was that side quest from forever ago. And it was totally bugged. I don't know precisely why. If it was because we already went through the crash site and I missed her. But she was there, but she would not interact with me. Like, I could click on her, but she would not talk to me whatsoever. I checked the wiki. Apparently there are some bugs. I tried some console commands to try to advance the quest. Didn't work. Did not work. So yeah, it was kind of just bugged out. So I killed Ness. Because, I had Porter with me. Ostensibly, he likes that. He likes the murder. But again, there's like no affection notification. So I don't know. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if it actually did anything or not. See if this bloatfly is carrying another Fat Man nuke launcher. Still shows caution. Oh, that's awful. So we killed Ness. Now there was, when I passed through that location with McCready, I believe it was, there was a compartment. There was a master lock compartment below the main fuselage that I missed. For whatever reason, I just missed it. So we did pick that lock, even though Ness had, a key on her body. I went ahead and picked it. And that had a whole bunch of stuff in it. In particular, it had 5 ghost rifles, which seems excessive. Like, I don't even know what I would do with 5 ghost rifles. I don't know what I'll do with 5 ghost rifles. I can imagine what to do with 2, but not 5. But anyway, I wanted to mention that because it was super strange and it was totally unexpected. Okay, Porter. I mean, this is a railroad safe house, so it would make sense that we're facing synths here. But from what I read, it doesn't actually make sense. From what I read, we're going to find raiders. So we're going to have to clear out some raiders, I think. Acquires terminal.
Just you or me, nothing personal. God, I hope the next
Where'd that body come from?
Shit's got ambush all over it.
Oh, did I just miss the opportunity to save someone? Did I just kill someone? Throw him down? It's just sitting over there.
Nice try, asshole.
God,
But I'm still standing.
he just swayed a little bit on the first shot. I missed him.
Oh, I know you're here. I'll fight you.
Oh, I hope you do. Oh, be quiet, Preston. Porter.
No sign of him now.
Is he sitting or is he sleeping? Looks like he's sitting. Yeah, they had a big, awesome cart full of railroad agents. Which, if they really got rolled over by a bunch of raiders, that doesn't speak well. Well, here is a synth. Okay, and then once this is clear, we take the elevator up. It's really disconcerting that I'm not finding any personnel. Oh, come on.
Think you can hide?
See, I got the high ground on you. You guys got nothing. Don't take the high ground. The high ground will take you.
Only a fucking coward hides.
That's it.
No lop's gonna stand between the overboss and what she wants.
I feel like we might be clear here. But in any case, this is what we're after. Augusta Station last update.
We are under attack. Repeat, we are under... My God. Listen, Augusta's not going to make it. They're going to be here any second. They knew exactly where we were. Tell them.
There we go. Me and Porter are going to take a look around, see if there's anything to grab, and then get out of here. Okay, so we finished up back there. There were a few more raiders hanging around, but nothing too crazy. And now we are over near the training yard. This is the quest we got from Deb at Bunker Hill, which is something I do want to advance a little. I'm probably being overly cautious, but we've already been bit by bugs, so... because the battle for Bunker Hill is going to turn this into a war zone, as the name would imply. And like folks like Deb and Kessler, they should kind of just run and hide and be okay. But I don't think they're marked as essential. So I think they can technically die. And I just don't want to risk it. I don't have to screw around with it. So I'm trying to clear Deb's quest first. And potentially the follow-up one as well. Because there's a pretty decent reward, although questionable value at this point in the game. I feel like it maybe missed the window of opportunity. Because what it allows you to do is construct a waypoint for the traveling merchants. So for example, I could put a waypoint, hypothetically, I think this is how it works. I could build a waypoint in Hangman's Alley, and then have the wandering merchants periodically come through there, which would be nice. And it also increases this quest and the subsequent one also increases how many caps those traders have at their disposal. So those are pretty nice perks, if you will. So that's why I'm trying to do this a little bit prior to the battle for Bunker Hill. And then the railroad thing, I'm just a little half paranoid about alienating the railroad when I do Bunker Hill. But I shouldn't. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm being overly cautious there. Also, on the vertibird flight over here, I managed to kill a couple of radstag with the Gatling gun from the vertibird, and it was enough to level me up. So we are at 51, and we are full blown wide open here. In my first playthrough, I had expressed skepticism. I was playing with the assumption that there was a level 50 level cap, which is completely wrong, but that was my assumption, with my blind first playthrough. But we're effectively done in 50 levels. I didn't think that would be any way I could do that. I thought it seemed like there's way too much good stuff, but I feel like I'm effectively done at 50. And we even made a mistake there. We took strength too high. I should have peeled off earlier into Armorer. So I think I could argue that actually... Well, we still would have wanted 50 for Concentrated Fire 3. So, regardless. But ultimately what I'm saying is that I'm wide open here. I can do whatever I want, basically. None of these are really high value. So I'll just sort of icing on the cake, if you will. The one thing on my radar over here is awareness. Awareness 2 is 5% to hit and 5% damage in VATS. That's probably the best value we're going to get at this point in the game. Like, I feel like I've gotten all the good damage bumping stuff already. And certainly better criticals 2 and 3 are absolutely on my radar. So we still have some means of pushing our damage. But I think what I'd like to do, you know, we're over level 50. Let's actually address defense a little bit. I'd like to get armor to 4 so I can max out my ballistic weave. I think that's the best return on investment if you're trying to improve defenses compared to something like toughness, right? 10 damage resist. Like, that's not... Nope. Compared to what you can do with the ballistic weave, that's not good value whatsoever. And certainly as well, like, endurance for more hit points, that's not... I'm not keen on that. The thing that I like more about endurance is it improves your ability to sprint. But not... I don't like it that much. I don't think it's that big of a problem for me. So yeah, all this is to say that I'm going to go armor 4 just to put a pin in that and to be able to like do our end game ballistic weave armor. And then most likely I'm going to hit up better criticals 2, 3. And then maybe critical banker 2 after that. But then getting into awareness 2. It hurts because the first one is garbage, but the second one is where the payoff is. And again, I think, you know, having that extra 5% to hit in VATS, unrestricted, totally weapon unrestricted, further undercuts the value of sniper. Having to go 3 deep into sniper for plus 25 headshots just with scoped weapons. Don't get me wrong, I still like sniper on paper, like theoretically, and I can absolutely see how people could build around it, right? If they're running scopes just straight up from the jump as soon as they possibly can, I get it. I absolutely get it. But I just don't play that way, right? I like having that reflex sight on a mid-range, as well as, you know, shotgun for close range to go, you know, first-person shooter a little bit. But if someone is 100% into VATS, then I get it. But for me, I think the path we took was really good, and awareness is just a cherry on top. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Armor 3 is the pick, and we're going to clear out this training yard. Now, I am a little concerned about getting a save point. And in hindsight, I should have saved at one of the beds in the hospital we were just in. But I feel like I know what to expect here, and there's going to be a bed in this building. I'm going to be able to sleep here. So I just need to get in the door. I think everything will be great. Everything will be great. And destroying these turrets maybe isn't the right play.
Heads up. We ain't alone.
But I don't know exactly where the terminal is to control them, that I could override them. Now, Porter, I'm going to need you to be really careful here, because there's going to be mines. Yep, like that one. And this one. We're going to, even though I don't really want them, I'm going to pick them up, just so I don't screw up my VATS targeting. And there's more ghoulies and turrets out here that we can address. But I'm a little eager to get saved, so let's go in. Okay, yeah, we're just going to have... We're going to have more ghouls in here.
Yeah, this is fun. I wasn't planning on sleeping tonight anyway.
Oh, God. All right. I like that they put the markers on them. That's nice. Yeah, and there'll be some goodies for us to pick up here. Certainly. But I think we're clear on enemies and the bed, if my memory serves. It's over here. I guess this sleeping bag, so not ideal, but we got to get a save in. Okay, so there's a distress beacon in here and a Brotherhood of Steel scribe with a holotape and things. And this is all related to Dance's sort of side quest. Or one of his side quests, I guess I should say. I'm going to avoid that for now. I'm just a little curious if he has any, you know, special dialogue or anything that accompanies the discovery of these bodies and the listening of the holotape. So I'm just not even going to go in that room at all. We'll swing back with Dance at some point, perhaps sooner than later. But that's my strategy there. And then for this, we just need to get through here and get into the second building. Okay, so we're crossed into the second building, which is the barracks. And I just need to clear this out. Now... he snuck up on us real quick. That's kind of terrible, but halfway decent sell value. So that almost getting murdered aside, this is kind of a good building insofar as it's linear. All the paths are kind of blocked there, so you just kind of get up. So it's easy to sweep and clear, I guess is what I'm saying. You're not going to get swarmed unless you're careless. Now there is going to be a big bad boy in here. I was just talking about VATS, and you know, I guess I do use VATS a whole lot. I'm using it more and more. Come on, get out of the way. Yeah, there's a glowing one down there. You can see the aura. Let's stir him up a little. Come on. There we go. So yeah, I don't think we're too far from the point of being able to go full VATS if we want. But I guess I'm still hesitant to buy in on that. I still like having the flexibility. Because I feel like if I bite the bullet and... I feel like if I bite the bullet and go all VATS, then I can't actually have that flexibility anymore. Because I'd have at least a short scope on. And if every time I try to go manual, I have to use a short scope, that just doesn't seem like a good idea. I think we're clear now, though. We do have a sneak magazine. Getting the drop on communists.
That one have pictures in it?
So yeah, I think we're all clear here. Preston and I are going to do a sweep. Porter and I are going to do a sweep. Too many P names. We're going to do a sweep and then head out. There's more shenanigans here, but I'm probably going to skip them if I can. Okay, so Porter and I are outside the barracks now. We did save at a bed inside. But we still have some ghouls lurking that we need to take care of. Is he inside the bus? He was inside the bus. There we go. All clear. Beautiful. But we're dumb. I'm dumb. So I'm going to maybe poke around a little bit more. Now, the issue is that there's a terminal in there that's going to open a door, and that, if you open the door inside, it also opens this door, which has a sentry bot in it. So here's what we do. And this is why I carry around these mines, although rare. We're just going to put a pulse mine there. Give ourselves a little bit of an edge. And then we're going to pick this master lock here. Yeah, and it's a real party in here. But no problem. Just disarm these. Oh. Figured they were all dead, but I guess we didn't technically have to kill all of them to complete the quest. Forgot about that one. But there's this one here who's potentially trouble, but we're going to take care of him. Let's just not even screw around. And the password we picked up from the first building, I'm probably not going to have it on the recording. It's super simple. There's a desk that has the password. So that opens this door and the door to the sentry bot. Really? I missed on the 95%. That's fine. Alright, so that should do it here. Me and Porter are going to pick up, and unless there's a fusion core or I have one on me that I forgot about, I don't think we can actually use this. So we're probably not going to do that. But either way, we'll go out and kill the sentry bot when we're done in here. Really, he didn't even take a scratch from the mine. He's going to roll into it right now. go. Didn't even have to waste a crit. Ugh, the mine didn't even go off. What a sham.
Hey there.
Hey there. You look like someone who could use a dog. Woman's best friend too, right?
Why are you selling her?
Oh, I don't want to. But I love dogs, and I gotta make a living somehow. So I raise them and sell them. I'm always blue for weeks after I sell one. But then I get myself a new puppy and start all over again.
You've got a deal.
Oh, yeah. You sure? I mean, she's a great dog. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want to sell her to anyone who isn't going to take good care of her.
I'll take good care of her. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay. You look like you won't eat her or anything. So, you really want to buy her?
Is there any paperwork you need me to fill out first? A list of references?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but I think you're making fun of me. Which is fine. I get that all the time. I guess I'm not very good at selling dogs, but I just need a straight answer. Do you want to buy her or not?
Yes, I really want to buy your dog.
Okay. But you have someplace for her to live, right?
Okay, I'm worried that this dog can die, though. And Hangman's Alley is just such a shit show. So I'm gonna go Sanctuary. I'll send it to Sanctuary Hills. Right? Yeah.
I guess that'll have to be okay. Okay, girl. This is your new owner. She's gonna give you a new home. Go on now. You be a good girl. Bye-bye. I gotta go. You take care of her, all right?
It's like a pit bull. Awesome. But yeah, so I do have power armor on here. Behind the little building where the sentry bot was, there was a cargo crate that had a second suit of power armor, and it was a 100% full set of Exo 1 with a fusion core. And that's just too good to pass up. So I walked that armor out of there. But on the topic of Hangman's Alley being a shit show, Sheffield died. There's that spawn point west of Hangman's Alley, and it's close enough that it always aggroes everyone in Hangman's Alley. So when shit's going down out there, like all 11 people come running out of Hangman's Alley to go get into this fight. And at some point, Sheffield died. I found his body. So that's extra unfortunate because Sheffield is the only, unless it's a bug or unless I'm doing something wrong, Sheffield is the only person in Hangman's Alley that I can use as the barber. Could use as the barber. Because companions, like, I can't get the dialogue option. Even if I assign them to the chair, I can't get the dialogue option to come up. And the Vault-Tec rep, same problem with him. He wants to chit-chat about other stuff and doesn't want to cut my hair. All right, I'm just going to go on the side here. But as soon as I can get a better barber situation, I'm changing my hair color again.
I cleared the training yard of Farrell's.
Finally, someone that can get things done. Here's your pay. You know, Kessler's been looking for someone competent. If you're looking for more work, talk with her.
So Deb's been talking you up. Says you get results. I got a sensitive job that needs someone with skills, and more rolling around in their head than marbles. That sound like you?
Do I look like an idiot?
Most problem solvers around here dabble in raiding or chems. Usually both. But you're something else. Our town works because everyone knows we got the raider angle covered. The gangs get paid off and leave our caravans alone. But Zeller's army is getting greedy, asking for more caps. And after we pay them, the bastards still hit our people. But I found out the army's holed up in an old prep school. The job's simple. Deal with them.
Know anything else about Zeller's army?
It took a lot of favors just to get the name of their crash pad. The East Boston Prep School. Judge Zeller runs a strange outfit. Came out of nowhere and now they're players. I don't know what you'll find there.
A lot's riding on this job. The pay better reflect that.
I ain't gonna haggle on the price. I got a reputation to protect. But I'll throw in some extra supplies if you sign on. Best I can do.
Consider Zeller's army dealt with.
These guys are dangerous, so be careful. If there are survivors, rescue them. If any lost caravan hands make their way back into circulation, that'll do wonders for trade. But above all, you're just a freelancer working for yourself. Never even heard of us on the Hill, right?
Here we go. We're not going to do that right away, but we're setting up for the future. We want to do that with Preston.
You're the real deal. You actually made it inside the Institute.
Ah, it's our newest agent.
We're actually going to do this. I don't know how yet, but we're going to rescue my people.
Augusta's safe house was destroyed by the Institute.
It's as I feared. 30 safe houses gone. Hard to imagine. I have nothing further for you at the moment. I'm sure someone else could use your help. No shortage of fires to be put out.
Here we go. Pretty nice bump. Okay, so me and Porter are going to do Bunker Hill today after all. And we're just going to have to be careful that we don't have big casualties.
Yeah. The line at the car wash, super long. Took me forever.
Your attempt at humor is wasted. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. We go in shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Okay, so we're friends with all these guys. All 3 sides of the conflict we're friends with. God, they're dropping in power armor. So we don't, as long as we don't open fire on anyone, we're okay here. So we're just gonna get to the entrance as quick as we can. Yeah, just need to get to the basement here. And you can see it's a real frickin' party. Yeah, turrets. Turrets are the one thing we have to watch out for. Yeah, turrets absolutely will target you. They're super bad. I think that's all the turrets dead now, though. Just gonna critical path. And again, ultimately we're hoping that the civilians above
I've been looking for you.
don't get nuked.
I've got money. It's yours if you let me go.
F633. Initiate reset. Authorization code Delta 62 Arcus. All right, Synth.
Please.
C322. Initiate reset. Authorization code Gamma 49 Typhoon. You there, Synth.
Come on, please. Just don't.
B257, initiate reset. Authorization code Theta 93 Stratus. No sudden moves.
Please, no.
Y915, initiate reset. Authorization code Beta 77 Tempest.
There we go. And I think we can just leave. I don't think we need to actually wait for this guy to teleport him out. The quest advanced, so I think we're good. And once again, we're sort of playing the long game. We don't have to kill them, right? As much as I would have loved to choose violence, Father would have been displeased with that. So, just trying to stay on their good side, the Institute's good side. Not that you have to be fair. Like my first playthrough, I definitely stuck it to them as much as I could. And, yeah, you can talk your way out if things go bad. You can talk your way out of it and still be good with the Institute. But I already did it that way, so I'm going to do it a different way here, even though it's a little off type, a little. And this is a section where, like, especially in the exterior, because dudes just keep spawning in, you could really farm equipment and things to a crazy degree. I just don't need it. I just really don't need it. So, I mean, we'll pick up what we can, but I already have a half dozen ghost rifles. This was the battle. This was the quest where I got my first ghost rifle on my first playthrough. But regardless, like I said, me and Porter are going to just sort of pick up what we can from this quick little jaunt. Make sure that the key vendors up above are still alive. And then we'll be done here. Okay, so now we're back at the ruins of CIT, and we need to get up to the roof to talk to Father. And unfortunately, that means we have to get through the interior here, I believe. Which is problematic a little bit because there's a lot of super mutants and synths fighting each other in here. I think we can skip it all, though. I think we can just get to the door we need to get to. Yeah, we're okay. I think we're in good shape at Bunker Hill. It looked like the NPCs that we care about were okay. And it also looked like, well, I mean, it looked like the Brotherhood of Steel won, frankly. The synths and the Railroad were all dead.
Sean?
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Some air fresheners, a new coat of paint, and it'll all be good as new.
If only it were that simple. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Your unconditional love is overwhelming. I think I need a moment.
I can accept that you're offended. You must understand, though. I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, I'm glad it turned out the way it did. There are greater things to come after your success at Bunker Hill. The synths have been safely returned and will be repurposed. Thank you for your work. I hope you weren't at too much risk.
What do you mean, the synths will be repurposed?
Modifications will be made to correct the defects in their programming, and they'll be assigned to new duties within the Institute. Not the first or last time it will happen. The Railroad remains an annoyance, of course, but they'll be dealt with as necessary. And you, well, you've passed the test, as they say. You have done well. Please, take this as a token of my appreciation. Our appreciation, really. It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Okay, and now we join Father for the board meeting.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure, with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, I mean, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
Right. Such hard times down here.
I would never disagree that life in the Institute is better than above ground. We have done much to ensure it. Now, we take things even further. Phase 3 is simply The activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Whoa. Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
Please,
Can't be serious.
Everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
I don't like these options.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Mother. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
Look, I don't want to run this place.
Are you so sure? You seem to have a natural talent for leading by example, getting things done. This will suit you. And I think we can both agree the Institute will need the guidance. There's no question that some of the Directorate, and the Institute at large, will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
We'll take care of the level up right away. And here we go, our Armorer 4. I am definitely not speaking with Allie. We are not doing that quest because that turns us against the Brotherhood. So that's off the table. Okay, and we do want to talk to Clayton here.
Couldn't be more pleased with Father's choice for a new director. Congratulations.
Dr. Holdren?
I'm glad you're here. I'd like to conduct an experiment, but I need some assistance with it. I believe we can improve the growth rates of our crops by using mutated cells, such as those found in super mutants. To test this theory, I'll need a tissue sample from a particularly strong supermutant. I expect I'll eventually need several such samples. But let's just start with one.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
For someone as brave and skillful as yourself, I'm sure it will be a trifle.
You need a tissue sample from a strong super mutant. Got it.
That's right. Now remember, only a particularly hardy super mutant will fit the bill for this experiment. I don't need it right away. But if you do come across such a specimen, I'd be grateful if you could bring back a sample.
There we go.
Sounds like those raiders as a battalion can quite a handful.
I'm looking forward to the next mission.
Hey there.
Ready for the next mission, ma'am?
There we go.
Have you got all the gear you need?
Locked and loaded, ma'am.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Of course. Here's my loadout. Ready for the next mission, ma'am?
Okay, perfect. So he is available to us. That's what we wanted to verify. And I think that's where we're going to wrap.
I'm trained for any combat situation. No matter what we get into, I'll be ready.
Okay, thanks, XX. So we ended up covering a decent amount of ground, actually, and unlocked a new companion, so we're in really good shape there. That gives me a little flexibility in terms of what I can do, at least once I get Porter finished. Then I'll have flexibility between X6 and Preston, and Dan's, for that matter, too. But that'll be what I have to figure out. I mean, top of the priority list right now is Max Porter. I got to finish him. He's really holding me back, the fact that I can't swap him out right now. So that's what's going to be on tap next time. Thank you all so much. Please like, subscribe. Mary Abernathy and Porter Gage are going to see you next time.